Do you want to catch an unauthorized access to your Windows PC? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an intrusion detection that triggers an alarm when an unauthorized access failed. I'm going to show you how to create that with Event Viewer and Task Scheduler. But before we dive into the video, if you are new to the channel, I'll be honored if you support the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and liking the video. Now let's get started. So to create an intrusion detection that triggers an alarm at failed login, I'm going to use my virtual machine for demonstration. So you have to watch this video to the end so that I don't miss any of the steps, okay? So to get started, I'm going to open my virtual machine which I've launched already. And now we are going to use Event Viewer to view login event, okay? So to open the Event Viewer, you are going to right click on the Start menu. And then you click on Event Viewer. So now we are going to look for login events, okay, for successful logins and then for failed logins, okay. And then to do that, we are going to expand the Windows logs and then we click on security. Now we are going to look for the event ID 4624 for successful logins, and then when we are done, we'll look for event ID 4625 for failed logins, okay. So you can find it here. You can click on the find at the right pane of the action, and then you click on the find, and then you type 4624 for successful login. So I'll click on find next. So let me cancel. Okay, so now we have the event 4624 for successful login. So let me double click on this audit success, and then you see an account was successfully logged on. Okay, so you can take note of the event ID for successful logon. So when we are done, we are going to find for failed login. So I'm going to click on the find, then I'll change the 4 to 5. Okay, so that's for failed login. So I'm going to click on find next. So I'll close this. Okay, so you see audit failure. So I'm going to double click on that, and then you see an account failed to log on. So you have to take notice of the failed event as well. Okay, so I'm going to close this, then I'll close the event viewer. Now we are going to open the task scheduler to schedule a task, okay, for the intrusion detection. So to open the task scheduler, you are going to click on the search, and then you type task scheduler. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, and we are going to create a basic task. Okay, so at the right pane of the window, you see create basic task under the action. So I'm going to click on that. So I'm going to name my task intrusion detection. Okay, you can choose to leave a description, otherwise you can leave it blank. So I'm going to click on next, and then we are going to click on when a specific event is logged. Okay, at the trigger we are going to select when a specific event is logged, then we click on next, and at the logs we are going to expand it by clicking on the down arrow, and then we scroll down to security. Okay, so I'm going to click on security, and then the source I'll click on the down arrow, and then I'll click on Microsoft Windows Security Auditing. Okay, and then now we are going to specify the event ID we want to trigger when the intrusion detection failed, or when the intrusion login failed. Okay, so I'm going to use the failed login for 4625. So that is the field login event ID we viewed at the event viewer. Okay, so I'm going to click on next, then I will leave the default start a program. I'm going to click on next, and then here before then you have to download the alarm you want to use for the intrusion detection. Okay, for the purpose of this tutorial I've already downloaded the alarm. Okay, so let me show you my alarm on the desktop. So let me go to the desktop. So this is the alarm I downloaded. It's the car alarm. Okay, so I'll leave the link to the downloading of the alarm at the description below. Okay, so let me close it, and then here we are going to browse to where we have the alarm, the path of the alarm. So I'm going to click on the browse, and then I'll select the alarm on the desktop. Okay, and then I'll click on open. So I'm going to click on next, and then this is the summary of everything we did, okay, or what we've done. So I'm going to click on finish. Okay, so when I click on the task scheduler library, let me expand this. So this is the event or the task we created, okay, intrusion detection. So let me right click on it, then I go to properties. So now we are going to change the run only when user is logged on to run whether user is logged on or not. So I'm going to check that. I'm going to take that. And then we are going to run with higher privileges. So I'm going to check that as well. Then I'll click on OK. So I'm going to type the password for the admin, okay? So I'll click on OK. And then we are done with the task, okay? So let me run the task. When I'm done, I'll demonstrate to you how it works, okay? So I'm going to run the task. So you see, at any failed login attempt, it's going to ring this alarm, okay? So let me end the task. So let me close the task scheduler, and then I'm going to lock the screen, and then we try logging on and see what happens, okay? So let me click, and then I'll lock the screen for this user, okay? I'll lock the screen. Okay, so when I want to log on, so let me enter any wrong password and let's see what happens, okay? So you see, immediately the alarm start to ring, okay? The alarm start to blow to indicate that there's an intrusion detection. Someone is trying to log into your system without your notice, okay? So the alarm will trigger you that no, someone is trying to log into your system without your notice. So now let me log in. Okay, so now this brings us to the end of the tutorial. Please, if you find value in this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial.